Hey guys, welcome back to episode number 2 of Facebook Finds. I am currently sick, under the weather, can't get out in the garage right now because of it, so we're gonna go ahead and do another episode of Facebook Finds until we can get back out in the garage. We got some really cool stuff that I found, so check it out. First find here that we're gonna go over is a Volkswagen Passat W8 wagon. If you don't know what this is, then you have to do some research and check these things out. Because actually, they're one of the most rare vehicles that you can find, especially if you can find one in a manual, which here in the States is pretty much impossible. This particular one right here is a 2002 Volkswagen Passat W8 with 165,000 miles, and it looks to be in great shape. It says it does have a check engine light on due to a vacuum leak and secondary air injection pump needing to be replaced, but it looks like it runs strong otherwise. Now, there's a few reasons why I wanted to highlight this particular vehicle because they're actually really cool. The motor that's in these W8s is pretty much what people call a quote-unquote half a Bugatti engine. I don't know enough details to sound like a Volkswagen guru talking about it, so I'm not going to really go into details about the motor, but these sound absolutely incredible. Not only that, I love wagons, and I think the W8 wagon looks awesome. I think the wheel setup on this was a good choice. Not really over the top. I personally think that this wagon style is timeless. It looks so good. And this particular one is only $3,000, which is probably a good thing because the reason why these are pretty much sold cheap a lot of times is because the maintenance on these, you really can't have just your normal everyday mechanic work on these. The engine is so sophisticated that a lot of people don't even know their way around them. Regardless, these are super cool. They're very rare, and if you have the means of repairing them and know how to repair them, or if you have the financial means to have people repair them for you, this is such a cool car, and you're not going to see a lot of them around. All right, next up we have a motorcycle. This is one of the coolest motorcycles I think that has ever been made. Here we have a 1982 Honda CBX Supersport 6-cylinder machine. Let's just go ahead and read the description. For your consideration, a mint Honda CBX Supersport 6-cylinder motorcycle from 1982 with 17,000 kilometers on the clock. This bike, which was manufactured from 1979 to 1982, represents the pinnacle of 70 super spike battles between the Japanese manufacturers. This amazing machine features 6 cylinders, 6 carburetors, and 6 headers into 2 mufflers. This machine is all original with the addition of a Corbin seat, rifle windshield, and Super Trap tunable mufflers. The top of the line add-ons in the early to mid 80s. I also have the original exhaust and windshield. I have owned this machine since 1985 and spared no expense on maintenance and upkeep. It has truly been babied, never ridden in the rain, and never down or abused. At 1,048 cc's, this monster can move out when snapping the throttle, or with its integrated fairing and side bags that can cruise and tour for long distance without fatiguing the rider. Aside from being a perfect condition daily rider, this machine is considered by most bike experts to be the most collectible Honda and perhaps the top 5 most collectible bikes post 1969. Just a great machine. I don't know much about these, but as soon as I saw this, I was like, man, we definitely have to highlight this. If you know some more information about these, then enlighten us please in the comment section down below. Let's go with something a little different here. Might not necessarily be rare, but something that you can get on a budget and have a lot of fun with. This is a 1992 Honda CBR 600 F2 listed for $2,500. Listen, the thing I love about motorcycles is you can have a lot of fun for not a lot of price, which can be a double-edged sword because you get these kids who get leader bikes and then they end up losing their life a little too early because they're doing stupid stuff. But what I mean by having fun is if you wanted to have a lot of fun in a car, yeah, you can drive a slow car fast, you could drive a Civic fast or whatever, but we're talking about buying a cheap car, you're talking about maybe getting something that's rusted, has a lot of problems, X, Y, and Z. But with motorcycles, you can buy something that is cheap, and because they're not driven in the winter, as long as the oil was changed at the very least, you're going to get something that's pretty reliable. I mean, you can't go wrong with a Honda CBR. They're reliable, they're great, they're awesome, they sound great, and of course, they're fast. You can have a lot of fun with them. It's not all about speed, you know, I preach about that, but at the end of the day, for 2,500 bucks, you can have a lot of fun on something like this. And the older I get, I'm definitely appreciating more of the old retro style stuff. I mean, this particular model right here, the triple red, the wheel, seats, and fairings, that is really, really cool. I would buy this, I'd ride the heck out of it, and I'd probably keep it in really good shape and kind of almost keep it as like a collector piece. Something like this, especially in this color scheme, you don't see every day. And for 2,500 bucks, come on. What else are you gonna spend 2,500 bucks on that looks this good, that you can have this much fun on, and kind of be considered a collector piece? Let's read what they have to say. Super rare, triple red, very low miles, purchased 1 year ago but barely ridden, used as a display bike most of the time and stored indoors. See, I love that. Not running, needs carbs clean, not a big deal, new battery. Comes with original exhaust, currently has a Vance Hines pipe, ridden less than 100 miles in the last year. 4,500. Wow, so they were asking 4,500, and now they've dropped it all the way down to 2,500 bucks. Guys, buy this. This is a steal. Oh man, dude, this is such a cool bike. Please, someone watching this video, do yourself a justice and go and buy this thing. This will probably be the best like 2Gs that you spend in your entire life. My problem is I probably lowball them because I don't want to spend 2,500 bucks on a bike right now. Oh my God, this is tempting. This is why I probably shouldn't make these videos anymore, because I'm gonna end up buying stuff for myself. Anyway, 2,500 bucks, you get the idea. Something like this, hard thing to pass up. Next up, we have one of my dream cars. This right here is a 1988 Porsche 928 S4 wide body. I love old Porsches, and who wouldn't want an old Porsche 911 or an RWB wide body Porsche or whatever? But I like thinking a little bit more realistically for the average everyday person, and I think this is a way to get into a really cool vintage Porsche for a little cheaper. Minus the maintenance and repair costs that you'll get with a 928, but you get the idea. This particular one is a custom wide body, which is really cool. I don't think it's obviously an authentic Koenig or Strosek wide body, but I think it's very similar, and I love the look. I think it's really cool. Sitting on BBS wheels, but just an absolutely awesome car. It looks like it's missing the taillights there. Can't really tell what's going on there, but regardless, look at how wide, man. Look at that. Look at that. Whew. A few finishing touches and this would just be absolutely insane. I don't like the wheel gap back here. I think that there should be some adjusted suspension and a few finishing touches, but this would be such a cool car. Not only do you not see a lot of 928s these days, let alone an S4, let alone an actual wide body 928. Again, I don't think this is an authentic Koenig or Strosek 928, which are super rare. But regardless, one that's custom made I think is also pretty cool. The final find that we are going to show for today is a 1997 Kawasaki ZX7R. I'm showing you this for a reason. This is your sign that if you've been waiting or wanted to buy a ZX7R, you better do it now. Prices are already starting to rise. They have been for the past couple of years. And I'm telling you right now, if you wait any longer, in another couple of years, they are going to be unaffordable for a lot of people. And I'm just talking about base model ZX7Rs. I'm not even talking about the double R. I'm not even talking about the Muzzy Raptor or Muzzy Edition. I'm talking about just base level, good condition ZX7Rs. Let me tell you why. This right here is a 1997 Kawasaki ZX7R, listed for $8,000. The bike is near mint, 9 out of 10. Just had the carbs jets clean, new OEM floats, petcock. There's nothing aftermarket on this bike besides the seat cover, pipe, and screen. Bike runs great, and it was just tuned for the season. Listen, $8,000 I think is a little steep for this bike, but at the end of the day, if it is a true 9 out of 10, with this color scheme, he's not really that far off. I think a couple of years ago, this bike was not $8,000. A couple of years ago, this bike was probably half that. There's a reason why I bought my ZX7R when I did, and I think that, again, if you are looking for a ZX7R, you better get one now before it's too late. This is your sign. They are truly amazing motorcycles. Everybody loves them. They are the talk of every motorcycle meet. Wherever you go, to the gas station, to the store, it doesn't matter. Everybody loves these bikes. And there's a reason for it. They're just an amazing street bike. Yeah, they might be big. Yeah, they might be heavy, but it doesn't matter. They look insane. The handling is phenomenal. And of course, that classic Kawasaki green looks amazing. Don't even get me started about the front end. This particular colorway right here, I think is the most sought after. The purple rims, the purple tail with the Kawasaki green. Anyways, that is going to conclude episode number 2. I appreciate you guys stopping in. As always, if you guys find anything on Facebook that you'd like me to share, please send them to my email. It's in the description. And let me know what you thought about this week's Facebook finds. Thank you guys for watching, and remember, it ain't about speed, it's about the soul.